All right, our next game on Saturday, number 8 Penn State at West Virginia. Early season Big 12, Big 10 matchup. I mean, it's always a good game when these two teams play. Everyone seems to be saying that West Virginia is going to be the real deal this year, but they say that every year. I even was talking to a West Virginia fan quite literally the other day, and he was explaining to me, oh, like, we're going to be good, we're going to be good, we're going to be good. And then right before he walked away, he went, but we say that every year. And he just walked away. I was like, you know what? Fair. Same with Clemson. ESPN FPI, Penn State at 78%. The TBD model has West Virginia at -4. And the spread, Penn State at -8.5. Our model is in a slight disagreement with the spread, but it was right about Georgia Tech last week. So does every squirrel find a nut every once in a while, or is the computer onto something? For me personally, I just love the idea of a home team, first home game, first week, first game back, and the crowd's going crazy. The crowd gets in it. Another issue I have with Penn State is, are they going to throw the ball? Their run game is great, but are they going to throw the ball? Is the passing game going to be there? Their defense is always great. West Virginia, not always great. I mean, they had JT Daniels as a quarterback. I mean, anyways, with all that being said, I will still have to pick Penn State to win this game. I think they're just too good of a team. But I think it's going to be a close one. I don't think it's 8.5. I think it's a field goal, maybe even by a point, like a missed 2-point conversion or something. Who knows?
So my first instinct, given the track record and given the comments I've made about the boys from Happy Valley, is that James Franklin needs this game. But I can't say that because they gave him a 10-year extension like last season when, again, he's only won the big one once, 2016. I'll die on that hill. I think this will be a good game. If I'm not mistaken, Penn State and West Virginia is a pretty big rivalry because of the border there between Pennsylvania and the state of West Virginia. If I'm right in that, it looks like I am. All I think about when I think of West Virginia is the Tavon Austin highlight reel, which is like the coolest mixtape in the history of college football. I'm excited about this one. I didn't realize this was a noon kickoff, though. I agree with Joey. I think that West Virginia and Morgantown will be rocking. It'll be a big game. I mean, they've got a top 8 team coming in, but I'm going to have to go with Nittany Lions. I think Penn State gets this win this weekend. Big 12, Big 10 rivalry. Now, I do agree. The spread will not be covered. I like Penn State by a field goal. I would say a touchdown on a good, like if it's a good day. But there are question marks as far as what the passing game will look like for Penn State. It'll remain to be seen, but I think they go into Morgantown and leave with a win and at least maintain a top 10 spot and James Franklin's job for another couple of weeks.
My friend Matt just showed me the Tavon Austin highlights last week. What a guy. And that's why I was going to say, I think that West Virginia over the years has had consistently good players, but never a consistently good team as a whole. Like, they might have like 1 or 2 or 3 standouts every couple of years, but they've never really been able to do anything big in the Big 12. So, with that being said, I like Drew Aller. I'm going with Penn State. I think that their defense is really good. James Franklin is a good coach. He's going to scheme it out well. West Virginia is still kind of in a rebuilding phase. I think that they're going to get there because they do play this game a lot. I think that they're going to get there, and I think in the next couple of years we're going to see a West Virginia win over Penn State. I just don't think we're going to see it this year. And it just reminds me, too, that, we think about, oh, my gosh, Florida State lost their first game. But they can do that now. With the 12-team playoff, you can afford 3, possibly even 4 losses and still make it as long as your losses aren't, crazy, right? So even if Penn State were to come out against West Virginia this week and lose, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.